Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Saturn conjunct one's natal midheaven. Now, when we're talking about transits that involve Saturn, they could be about restrictions, limitations, structure, discipline, responsibilities, laborious work and efforts. When transit Saturn conjoins one's natal midheaven, this could be about restrictions, limitations, structure, discipline, responsibilities, laborious work and efforts in matters with one's career. It could be, let's say you have this in Aquarius, for an example, it could be more responsibilities, perhaps to an astrological, astronomical career, or one that involves innovation, new technology, um, electronics, computers, information technology. And also the midheaven is connected with our status, our recognition, our notoriety, and getting exposure. So at this time as well, you might be feeling some kind of inhibitions or fear regarding this, or it could simply be working hard to actually attain that at this time. It might require more work than you thought was necessary in order to get the recognition for what you're doing, but at the same time, it may be done through very laborious and methodical efforts at this time. Say if it's in Sagittarius, it could be some connection with the maybe some position with the law or something with publishing, maybe immigration work, translation work, something that's associated with foreign traveling. It could be working as a travel agent or as a pilot maybe. Now, another thing too is that the midheaven is connected also with the dominant parent, which is often the father. Now, this could be a time where there may be more difficulties with this person. Say if it's in Scorpio, it may be a Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies a Scorpio characteristics. It could be a time too where there may be more responsibilities for connected with this dominant parent, whether the person may be debilitated, or it could simply be that you might be more involved with projects that involve, maybe some strenuous work or labor, perhaps in some cases. Now, the midheaven also is associated with authority and authority figures. So, this could manifest in a multitude of ways. It could be something where you're working hard in matters with authority. It could be trying to attain a position of authority through laborious efforts, and also being, as far as authority figures go, perhaps being more disciplined at this time. And it might be a situation where, if the authority figures say you're in a subservient or subordinate role and you're working under somebody, it may be a time where you might be dealing, with more from this person. It may be something negative, whether it might be something, with the person's demeanor or what have you, or they're being just overly authoritative. But it may be a time as well where you might show a lot of discipline in this matter, in terms of working through this. Midheaven is also associated with accomplishments and achievements. So it can be a time where it could manifest in a Saturn related accomplishment or achievement. It could be some government or political work, maybe something with dentistry or accounting. It could even be just working in some, just general position, just some mundane, regular type of job where you're actually getting maybe some recognition, and really have reached some kind of, really for you at least, maybe a monumental achievement. And anyway, it's interesting too because you got the transit of Saturn, the planet of responsibilities, hitting the 10th house cusp, which is connected with responsibilities. So these, it could be a time where responsibilities in this time may be a little bit more intensified, more so than usual, and may require a lot of laborious work and effort at this time. Say if it's in Aries, it might be something, if you're working in firefighting or welding or in a combat sport, it could be doing work that involves the head, like designing helmets, as an example, working as an arson investigator. This could be something too where you might be more responsible. Maybe it could be involving mentoring, doing a lot of work in mentoring more so than usual, and trying to also work on your stature in life at this time as well, as this might require a lot of hard work and effort at this time if you are trying to improve your stature in life, and you might be a little bit more despondent and depressed regarding where you're at, even if you're at a fairly high position, because remember, Saturn can be connected with despondency, negativity, even depression. But it also could be about a lot of hard labor and work and then just attaining success in your life at this time. And if it's in Taurus, say, it could be through very persistent methodical work and efforts, or something that might be connected with a Taurian type of career position. It could be something working as a pawnbroker or stockbroker, a banker, anything that could be Taurus related. Also, the midheaven is associated with the government and politics, so there might be some, at this time, there may be some difficulties in connection with this. It might be something that you have to take care of. Saturn can often be karmic, whether it might be a tax situation with the government. It could be something government related that you might have procrastinated on for some time, but now it's a time where you have to pay up one way or the other. The midheaven is also associated with one's reputation and public image. So this can also be a time where you might be working very hard in order to improve your public image, your reputation. It could be just working through the parameters of things. Saturn could be about working through regulations and guidelines. So this could be a time where you might find yourself having to do so more in order to improve your reputation and public image. Say if this is like in Gemini or it's in Pisces, it might be, some cases might be resulting in some kind of slander or fabrication about, or slander connected with you, or some lie or some fabrication associated with it, which may have affected your reputation. And now it could be hard work in order to actually get it back at this time and restore that reputation and public image. Now, another way this could manifest and pan out, this could be about the father, an older person, could be a grandparent, maybe a mentor, somebody. These people may be more prominent in your career at this time, and also the part of you that you may have difficulty in suppressing. Say if this is in Aquarius, it could be maybe an unorthodox, maybe qualities that are unorthodox, altruistic, amicable, even eccentric, that you might have trouble holding back. Maybe one of these people encourage it more at this time. It could also be father, an older person, a grandparent might figure more prominently in an astrological or astronomical career. Again, if this is an Aquarius, as an example. And also too, this again, as I was saying before, this is could manifest in being very industrious and hardworking in order to attain recognition, notoriety, and exposure at this time. Say, if it's in Taurus, as an example, it could be through artistry. Maybe it's about formulating financial plans. It could be for others. It could be maybe for yourself. Maybe it could be something connected with endurance, whether it might be weightlifting or running. It could be long distance running. It may be something working as a stockbroker. And also at this time too, this could manifest really again about more responsibility to your public image and reputation than usual. Now, say this falls in Leo as an example, it could be through maybe some boisterous, loud type of attention-seeking, activities, lack of better words, antics. And maybe also to remember that Saturn is connected with fears and inhibitions. It could be a time where you might be more fearful in terms of attaining success at this time. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that in the back, but anyway, say if this is in Sagittarius as an example, it might be something with sports or publishing or advertising, doing something in some travel, foreign distance type of position, working as a pilot, working as a travel agency, and the fear could be maybe connected with maybe the notoriety that might be associated with it, the pressure to keep being at a good performance consistently. Um, it's like, I mean, in some cases too, this could also be about, it could be isolated cases. Saturn is connected with chronic debilitation, so it could be about chronic debilitations might figure more prominently in your career and your productivity in it more so than usual. Say if this falls in Virgo as an example, it could be something with the spleen, the pancreas, some kind of intestinal issue. Uh, it might be a time where you find yourself involved with more responsibilities to a dominant parent. You might find yourself taking care of a debilitated dominant parent or older person at this time. Might even be some superior or an authority figure that you might have a rapport with. Say if this falls in Capricorn as an example, it could be something the person might have some issues with the bones, the knees, the joints, the hamstrings at this time. And also, this could also be in positively, manifested. It could also be about notoriety for very diligent, hard work at this time. And it might be a time too, if you've been dealing, you know, isolated cases, if the person's having this transit and they've been dealing with something that's caused despondency, making them feel melancholy, might even be depression in some cases. This might come out publicly and be exposed, whether you're talking about, you want to bring this out, whether you put it on social media or what have you. It might be a time where it actually comes out if you've kept it private for some time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.